Well done. You really picked that up perfectly too earlier, Debbie.
Yeah.
Nice job, Debbie.
So,
well, you know what it shows you? It shows you that I have erred in the past and had to pick it up again. I'm good at that.
Yeah. Good for you.
I think, true professional knows how to not get knocked off the horse.
Right. Yeah.
I can tell you, as a musician, when I've played with certain people, it's the people who can make a mistake but keep moving, or have something go wrong and be like, well, whatever, and keep make it going. And that's the true professionals right there.
Well, Rex, let me add to that. Perfect isn't possible, and it's also not approachable. So if we can just be human,
that's true.
I'd rather be that.
Man, you got so many good singers.
Right. I gotta be writing down these one-liners. So good.
Taking our own meeting notes to bashing ourselves to that.
That's so clever. I never thought about that.
Yeah.
In the front row, taking notes. It's clever.
Yeah.
So good.
So
Coming
true.
from you, Liz, that's quite a compliment.
Sweet. It's very, very tender, Debbie. Nicely done, my friend. You wanted feedback. We just think you're a natural. So I hope you keep doing these and getting your name out there. I don't know if you need that as much as your book, but that's just great. Wow.
Well, I just want to get the message to the world. I don't know the avenue. So if this is an avenue, thank you for this few minutes that we were able to get the good news out there, and just hope that couples will respond.
Yeah.
They will.
Yeah, they definitely will. Rex and Sarah and Rex, what questions do you have?
I really liked how when you started, you talked about that conversation you had with the First Lady of Guatemala. That really is true, that marriage relationships are really the bedrock of a strong society and civilization.
That's right.
And just incredible.
And so
Rex, I really wanted to
seen that in the research.
What'd you say?
We've seen that in the research. It's not just her. She was just quoting something that now we've figured out is, again, universal. And, societies, if they could just figure that out. Sorry, I interrupted you, but I just wanted to add it's empirically supported.
I think that's beautiful. I mean, it seems kind of obvious to me, but I'm glad that it's empirically supported and strengthened more in that vein. I was going to say, where can a person start? Maybe a small thing. Where can they start just to kind of improve their relationship? Something simple and easy.
If they can do it at home, all the better. But I think everyone can benefit from just a few couples therapy sessions to get just a few tools. I recommend that, but not everyone can afford that. So they actually can purchase our Building a Lasting Connection system online. I'm not here to sell a product, but if they go to buildingalastingconnection.com, they can get the home connection system and learn this process using the mat or the kit and do it at home. We give it to couples for homework between therapy sessions. And then another thing I didn't mention that I hope you guys can get going out there is the Utah Marriage Commission has invited us to have an event in Southern Utah. And it's February 8th. It's an all-day Saturday event. And all the couples that come will be introduced to our Building a Lasting Connection workshop. Nice. So we're hoping to get
wonderful
hundreds at the venue that we've selected. So I think you guys are familiar with
that's actually who sponsors. Yeah, we're all part of the Utah Marriage Commission.
She's being funny. Oh, that's great. That's great. Good for you. We'll have to keep promoting that as time draws closer.
Yeah. So Rex, that's just a long answer again to a short question. They can come February 8th and be introduced to these principles then.
That's great.
Excellent. Sarah, did you have a question?
Yeah, well, I just wanted to pick your brain a little bit more about that negative self-critic. So you mentioned, I think for me, for a long time, I was thinking, I have to root it out, get it gone, and then it will be gone forever. I don't have to deal with it anymore. And it's just in the last few years, I've realized that's not it. That's not it. So it's really just identifying, being aware, and then just managing. Is that what you would say?
Yes. But Sarah, I'm so glad you asked that. It is a journey, not a destination. but it's empowering every step of the way. So I tell people, go to the right sources, go to trusted others. Don't just go to anyone, and find sources that you know are truths about you. Identify what you're really good at and expand on that, because eventually that negative voice will be overtaken by what you know about yourself. Those who walk around knowing who they really are able to cancel out the inner critic. And one thing I didn't add, there are 3 parts to us. There's an inner critic, there's a doubting self, and there's the true self. So that doubting self has no voice, just says, yeah, you're right, critic. Oh, yeah. So you can think about it as 2 against 1. So we're going to say, go away. No, because I know I'm actually acceptable today. In this moment, I am good enough, and I'm going to stop comparing myself to her or him and just find those strengths, focus on those strengths. And this isn't being selfish. This is offering self-compassion, actually, and empowering. So, Sarah, great question. Thank you. It is a journey.
Wow. Well said.
Yeah.
Well, thanks so much, Debbie. Unless anybody else has any questions.
It's been,
No, can we hang out for a little longer?
Thanks for joining us today. Hey, do us a favor and take a second to subscribe to our podcast and the Utah Marriage Commission YouTube channel at Utah Marriage Commission, where you can watch this and every episode of the show. Be sure to smash the like button, leave a comment, and share this episode with a friend. You can also follow and interact with us on Instagram at Stronger Marriage Life and Facebook at Stronger Marriage. So be sure to share with us which topics you loved or which guests we should have on the show next. If you want even more resources to improve your marriage or relationship connection, visit strongermarriage.org, where you'll find free workshops, e-courses, in-depth webinars, relationship surveys, and more. Each episode of Stronger Marriage Connection is hosted and sponsored by the Utah Marriage Commission at Utah State University. And finally, a big thanks to our producer, Rex Polanis, and the team at Utah State University, and you, our audience. You make this show possible. The opinions, findings, conclusions, and recommendations expressed in this podcast do not necessarily reflect the views of the Utah Marriage Commission.